Hello. So about a year ago I made a video explaining why I saw myself as a Walksnail fanboy. With then a follow-up video explaining a few things that I thought were wrong with Walksnail. It was kind of a why do I use Walksnail kind of thing, and where Walksnail kind of goes wrong. This is kind of like a part 3 follow-up to that. And I suppose it's kind of where am I now with Walksnail. Largely speaking, in terms of using it, nothing has really changed. It still meets all my kind of FPV needs. It's still at a price point that I think is fine. It has performance that suit what I do. So I'm not suddenly going to sell off all my stuff and buy DJI. If I was starting again from analog, would I buy DJI? Quite possibly now. Yeah, it has full iNav compatibility. It has kind of cheaper set of goggles. It has two VTXs that you can choose from. So there's definitely more options now with DJI. So if I was kind of 3-4 years ago in this position, and what's available in today's market was available then, yeah, it's quite possible I would have used DJI. But I am where I am. I'm using Walksnail, and it suits my needs. Over the course of the last 2 or 3 years, I've been helping Carex test new products. A handful of days ago, I kind of stepped away from doing that. There's a few reasons that slowly kind of built up that kind of made me realize a few days ago, no, it's time to just step back and walk away. I'm not going to go into all the details. It would take too long. It'd be too boring. But the kind of the Cliff Notes version of it is there was choices, decisions that were made that I didn't quite agree with, and although there's different views, multiple opinions, and I went along with kind of consensus and things like that, eventually it got to a point where I was like, no, it's time for me to just take a step back. I can't do this anymore. So I stepped back a handful of days ago. And then in a timely kind of fashion, a lot of stuff has kind of erupted, which on the whole I can't condone. There's a lot of confusion, a lot of anger within the user base, and I share the sentiments, the confusion, the anger. I'm a user first and foremost, and I share their feelings. Part of the anger kind of stems from stuff with NDAs. Now, as a tester, I did sign an NDA. I signed it about 2 years ago now. I think actually then I had to sign another one about a year ago. A lot of the stuff that people are talking about in Facebook groups and chats about what's in the NDA that Albert Kim was asked to sign weren't in the NDA that I had to sign, so we're two kind of completely different things. The NDA that I signed made absolutely no reference to creator content or influencers, because as testers we weren't influencers. I don't see myself as an influencer. I don't want to be an influencer. I'm making this video and I have my channel kind of as like a personal diary more than anything, and if people can get something out of the videos, well, brilliant. But I'm not kind of chasing likes and subscribes. So what was in the NDA that Albert Kim was asked to sign, I really don't know anything about. It sounds pretty harsh. It doesn't sound like something that I would have signed. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that because I don't know the details and I don't want to speculate on that kind of stuff. But so, where am I now then with Walksnail, with everything that's going on, everything that's going on with Carex? Well, I'm not going to stop using their stuff. If I kind of decided that I was going to start boycotting Carex because of some decisions that they've made, then I would kind of need to step back and look at every company that I buy stuff from and decide which on the long list that I'm going to boycott. And I'm not going to do that. I think every company has shady policies and shady practices, and yeah, I can't just start cutting companies off. I'm not going to engage with Cadex anymore because of stuff that has gone before, which made me step back from being a tester. But it's not going to stop me necessarily from buying their equipment. I'm in their ecosystem now, and I've no real intention of selling up and moving on. So, if they bring out a VTX that suits my needs, I'll probably buy it. If a time comes that, I don't know, Walksnail is no longer supported and I need to buy a new system, well then, yeah, sure, I'm going to look elsewhere. But as it stands at the minute, am I still a Walksnail fanboy? Well, yes, because I still want them to succeed because I've invested and I want my investment to be fruitful. So yes, I hope they sort out whatever's going on. They get through it. They come back wiser and stronger, and my investment bears fruit. So yeah, that's it. Bit of a nonsense ramble. Where am I now with Walksnail kind of thing. All right, see you later. Happy flying.